This is a SleepyCast Lost episode.
The Crazy Scissor Lady,
Featuring
Psychicpebbles, Spazkid, Oney, JohnnyUtah,
and
Sabtastic. My name is Captain Dickhead. I recently lost a testicle, but that's okay. I was born with 3.
Okay, so this is a couple years ago. I was like, I think 19, and I was heading home from West Edmonton Mall, which is a really big mall.
How old are you now?
And, pardon?
How old are you now?
I'm 24.
Actually, no.
So I had to take the bus, and I was with 4 other friends, and, 3 other friends, so there's 4 total. And we get onto this bus, and it's only like 9:30, 10 o'clock on a Friday.
Is this a Greyhound bus?
No, just regular, like, public transit. And so we...
That's the only bus.
That's another story. So yeah, we sit in the back of this bus, and it's just like, regular Friday night. It's not too crazy. And this little old lady gets on the bus and kind of sits close to where we are. We're at the very back, and she sits kind of on the side, also near the back. And she's dressed like in very like smart attire. She's got like a gray kind of like blazer poncho thing, and she's got her hair up in a bun, and just looks like a rational, intelligent adult. And so we sit down, and the bus takes off, and we all kind of take out our iPods or whatever, MP3 players. So we listen to this music for a little while. We've all got our own headphones in. We're all kind of just staring.
Kids Bop?
No.
Uh-huh.
So the bus takes off. We're listening to music, and my friend Samson pulls out one of the headphones from my friend Taylor's ear, and then puts his headphone in. So he switches headphones with his friend. Well, he's got like 2 streams of music playing at the same time, and just...
So what different one each year?
Yeah, like one's like whatever metal and one's something else. Anyway, so he's like, that'll make your head explode, and so this lady hears that, and this like triggers something in her mind, and then she just gets like set off. Like, I still don't know what the hell like triggered this lady's rant.
It's set up like someone who, like, we say it a lot, it's kind of like mundane things, like spilling your coffee brings back
this like was like
post-traumatic stress,
PTSD flashback.
Yeah, like
mode.
actual, like,
she
it'll
just
make your head explode. Like
So yeah, this lady hears Samson say this, and she's like, "I'll make your heads explode, every last one of you." And we're just kind of like, like we don't know what the hell to say to that, because like, I don't know, you would think that somebody was kidding. It's just so out of the blue, right? Like we hadn't talked to her or made eye contact at all. So she says this, and we kind of go quiet a little bit. And she goes on this rant about, like, she talked about, like, hemorrhoids and Satan and whipped cream and BDSM and, like,
you're getting more and more turned on.
No. I was terrified.
You were spraying, but there was 2 inches of water in the bus. Everyone was slipping. No, but
spreading and water was hitting all the windows.
Were her thoughts disjointed?
Yeah, were you man-spreading?
Yeah, was she...
Were they disjointed? So was she going through, like, was she...
Whipped cream, this devil.
No, okay, I missed a really important part. This is, like, the scariest part.
You brought up this really important part where she pulled scissors out of
Yes, thank you. Okay, so... She, after she says, "I'll make your heads explode," she like picks up her purse and opens it up and starts kind of rifling through it, and she pulls out this little ceramic Casper piggy bank and puts that beside her, like just maybe like the size of
Casper the Ghoul.
Yeah, just like the size of, I don't know, a cookie jar. And then she takes she rifles around, takes a hair straightener out and puts that beside her. And then she keeps rifling around, and then she takes out these huge fucking long pointy scissors, the kind that you use for like hairdressing, that have the little loops and like the pointed end. And she just has these in her hands, so right away we're like, holy shit, she has scissors. Like, what?
Hercules scissors.
Yeah, and so like we're all kind of like staring at the, corner of our eye, like, holy crap, this woman has scissors, and she starts snipping them, like really loud, and she starts, she's looking at us too, and she's like, snip, 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 and like, we're like, what the fuck is going on? And like, we're really scared, like, I'm shaking.
Did the bus driver fucking do anything?
No, and the bus was like full too. There were people in the bus. Everybody's in on it. No. Yeah, I know. So she's got these scissors and she's snipping away, and we're just like really scared. We're not like, we can't go past her per se, because she's like maybe within like distance of me and Corey, like 5 feet away.
Oh fuck, are you serious?
No, yeah, she could, like, if she wanted to, she easily could have just lunged over and fucking got us right in the jugular or something. And yeah, anyway, so she's ranting away. She goes on to this whole like rant about, like, I remember one thing she said was, if you were stuck in a basement and you had no food, what was the first thing, like, what would you eat first, your fingers or your toes? Like, what would you bite off? And I was just like,
Eat my toes.
I'd suck my dick and eat it off.
well.
That's a discussion for another day.
Yeah. She said other things too that was like Satan's gonna whip you, and like none of you are pure, and like I'm the purest thing here, and she started like petting like this Casper piggy bank too. It just, this whole rant was like a half an hour long. Like she kept going. And so, like, we're just trying to, like, avoid eye contact and, like, look through the window and avoid this lady, right?
She's still going off.
She's still got these scissors in her hand.
Well, you want to look away, but you also don't, because you don't know what she's doing.
Exactly. So we're trying not to make eye contact, but, like...
Subways bring out, like, the biggest freaks.
Yeah.
When I was on a subway, like, this is, like, still to stay on this topic, like, the situation where this guy was on I was in Chicago with Alexi, and we were on a fucking train, and this guy comes on with bongo drums.
What?
And he's like starts talking about Jesus. He's like, Jesus, what a crazy subject. And he starts going on for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And then he starts like handing out pamphlets at the end, but it's just like he's just talking and talking. He's like y'all are gonna burn if you don't pay attention.
Oh my God.
And everyone's just sitting there kind of like on their phone, just like this guy's walking by like hitting their fucking feet, and they're just like not paying attention. Like they're just, it's the most common thing they've seen all day.
They don't want to get involved.
I really don't know why those kinds of people are allowed on. They should like, you know,
die.
Yeah.
Be pushed to the back of the bus, segregated.
Yeah, there should really be like a number when shit like this happens.
They should have their own water fountain too, Colin. What do you think?
Eject button.
There's like a fucking door that opens up, and you fucking stop, and they all fly through it and close it. Anyways, that was an important segue.
Yeah.
Your
well,
story.
no, yeah, it kind of helped me kind of remember what she was saying, but
Nobody died.
Nobody died. I thought I was going to. I was pretty sure it was, but she starts going on about. Oh gosh, she like mentioned hemorrhoids and all this stuff and Satan and being whipped and stuff like
Satan's
that.
hemorrhoids.
Like something about her daddy abusing her, and I was just like, whoa. So
did she seem religious in nature? Like
she brought up a lot of really like satanic religious
like
things.
she was convinced everything was evil.
Yeah.
Maybe she
purity was a big thing that kept coming up.
You know what it was?
Yes.
Maybe she just got done watching like. Because she's like really into Casper.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like a situation with me where this one time, well, I was actually in like a really religious place.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me watch Harry Potter at this place because we were gonna watch the Harry Potter, the Chamber of Secrets, and they were like, no, Harry Potter's the devil. Like it's actually told us it's like it's satanic.
I was told Pokemon was what the devil.
That's an interesting point. Because religious people like aren't even they consider ghosts evil and stuff.
Yeah.
No. I was told Pokemon was what the devil when I was young.
An infatuation with Casper. She like wanted to fucking.
Maybe she's like possessed by Casper.
Yeah, I still don't know why that was there.
She had her piggy bank. You could have probably saw her clit pointing up. You would have been instead of
lady boner.
your fucking nose in your eye. Anyways.
So this lady's ranting away, and then at some point, my friend Alex, he crosses his legs and kicks her in the foot while he crosses his legs, because so he kicks her foot, and she just stops talking, like, completely. And that's even scarier than when she was on the rant, because we're like, what is she thinking? Holy shit, she's gonna snap and stab us. And so we're sitting there, like, we're watching her at this point, because, like, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And, like, but we're not making eye contact, so, like, this maybe 5 minutes goes by, and nothing is being said. We're just like shitting our pants, right? Like, and then finally, she like moves really quick or something, or she goes to like put something in her purse, and like she moves so fast that it scares me, and I make eye contact with her, and then that just triggers a whole like funnel of hate to me, and she's like, you know what? You're just a little cunt, aren't you? And she's like, you think you're
she
so
has a
good?
point, Sabrina.
And she starts calling me all these like 4 or 5 letter words, and I'm just like, holy shit.
4 or 5 letter words?
4 and 5 letter words, yeah.
Fuck, cunt, bitch.
Yeah, all that.
Fuck, cunt.
Yeah, and she's like, I bet you think you're so good. See all these guys with you? Bet you they want to fuck you. Something like that. And I was just like, oh my god.
She's cool.
And she was just like,
crazy scissor lady. She's cool.
And she's still got the fucking scissors in her hand too. And so, like my hands are shaking. Like, I think I'm gonna
stick through. They want to run a train on you. Snip, snip, snip.
Oh my god.
Snip, snip, snip. Fucking pussy.
Yeah, like she's calling me like a whore and stuff like that, and I'm just fucking. I don't know what to do. And
dude,
so
I'd be fucking actually.
My hands
push my titties
I'd be
together.
scared.
I'd be like, you think I'm a whore? You want some? You can't have that,
Cut your
scissor lady.
titties
Get
off.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'd grab Casper and stick with my pussy and be like, he's mine now, bitch.
I'm glad you weren't
Can't
with us.
grab
You died.
I would have grabbed the scissors and be like, not today, lady, and fucking stabbed her in the eyes.
Actually would have.
And stood up and be like, peace.
I would have grabbed the fucking piggy bank Throwing it out the red one.
Casper, go free, back to hell, and throw him out the window.
The fucking bitch would jump out.
To hell with you, demon! Throw it the wall.
Be gone!
She fucking jumps out with it, her fucking head's getting all mangled and shit.
Holy shit.
That's something would have made the story more interesting. Anyways, continue.
I guess ultimately there's 4 of us and 1 of her, so really if she would have tried like stabbing us, we would have been fine, but like it's still fucking scary.
It was very fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I probably still would have done anything.
And so it takes an even worse turn after a point where like there's another guy that gets on the bus and sits like right beside her. And he gets so scared because he starts listening in on what she's saying. He starts reading a book upside down because he just wants to look busy, right?
God.
He's like, I remember the book too. It was like Life of Pi or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he's reading it upside down. I'm just like, oh man. And so eventually he gets the courage to like get off the bus because he's like further.
He doesn't want to fucking
Like
do
he's
with
further away than we are, right? So we have to walk past her still. So. At some point, she starts. I can't remember what point in the conversation with herself she started talking about this, but it was all about purity. Like it was back to purity again, and she started like, you know those poles on the bus that you hold on to when it's full.
Yeah.
You have to hold on to something. She starts hitting her hand. No, like she starts hitting the back of her hand against these poles to the point where you can hear like a really loud, like reverberating ting every time she hits it.
God,
And it gets to the point where like her knuckles start getting bloody because she's hitting them so hard over and over and over again, and nobody's stopping her, nobody's saying anything because we're all scared shitless.
She was like, hey, knock that off.
Yeah, and like I think at some point like the bus driver said something, but that didn't stop her at all. No one was getting up to be like, hey, stop it, get off.
That poor woman's dealing with all that misogyny on that bus.
She was being literally raped
She
by
was-
in
she
the
was
eyes.
Those meninists
all the,
or whatever everywhere.
all the men's eyes were fucking taking circle navigations all around
they
the
were-
bus to look at
You
her.
were
while she-
manspreading.
If they weren't
You were
raping her
manspreading.
with their eyes. and-
Yeah.
They were thinking
You were
about raping her.
manspreading. It's when you sit like that on the
Yeah.
bus.
No.
Yeah.
She was manspreading. That's right.
It was. You were.
Manspreading?
Yeah.
Oh, it's when guys don't sit like this. They sit
Yeah,
like.
God, there's like this new thing
I never
going around where
manspread.
guys have
That's
to
not
sit
even
like
that's
girls.
not
It's
even in
like a
my
new rule.
vocabulary.
It's a way for women to passive aggressively be mad at men for no reason, basically.
Because they want more space, more leg
They
space.
just want to be mad. They want to hate men, so they're looking for any reason to hate them.
It's,
So
it's
they,
like going to a guy and
Oh.
like complaining that a guy has like gets like he has balls.
like he's minding his own fucking business, and he has a dick and balls, and it's like so he can't sit with his legs pressed together. So
That's basically what you.
so they
would
take
do.
a picture
I got
of
a
him
nice-
and
nice
post it on
little-
Tumblr, and they're like, look at this
You get your quaint
disgusting
sitting.
man.
my quaint little, not
I'd be sitting
dick and
like
balls.
this. That bitch would be slipping his
Corey's on his back like a spider.
I'd be like, you know what's going on here. I'd be showing her all of this.
She'd make a whole big Tumblr post about you.
I do this. I'd be like, yeah, bitch.
He's spreading his legs right
That's what I
now.
would do.
A lot.
Wait, so where was the
You
story?
woman hater.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean,
So back
I
to
like
the-
girls.
Guys, what's the
White girl-
Sorry,
swear.
continue. Sorry, Bruce.
no, it's all good. Okay, yeah. So at this point of the story, there's blood like all over this lady's hands,
Blood?
and she's actually like outreaching her hands to us and like pressing the blood out of her knuckles and like pointing it at us, being like, "Yeah, this is too pure for you." I don't know why I'm pointing my hand at the mic right now. It's not like you can hear. But
You're trying to give the authentic experience to
exactly.
the audience.
And so yeah, she's like just getting all this blood all over her hands, and like she's wiping it on the seats and stuff. And like at this point, no one's sitting beside her, so she's just getting blood fucking all over the place. And she's even got a ring on. And she like it's this big kind of like rhinestone like one of those like there's like a big fake gem on it kind of thing.
Like your school ring.
Yeah, like so she's got one of those, and on top of all this blood all over her hand, she takes this ring off, rolls up her sleeve, flips the ring over so it's gem side down, and presses it to her wrist, and then starts scraping it up and down so that it starts bleeding too.
Ooh,
So
that's
this-
gonna cause some blood. I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you that much.
No, yeah, so this lady's wrists are bleeding all over the place now, and like she only does it on the one arm, but like her hands are all fucking bloody, her wrists all bloody, and then it's just
God,
like
man.
there's literally blood all over the poles, all over the seats, and we're still sitting there like completely mortified. We
mean-
haven't moved, and
You know, if
a second ago you were eating a fucking hot dog, and now you're on a bus watching this bitch.
No,
If I was
we
a
were
lady,
just watching a
Here she
movie.
is.
if I was a lady, I would have outblooded her. You know what I mean?
She was
Yeah,
like,
you could have free
Stood up,
Pulled out your
stood up.
tampon.
You know what you
She was like Arnold and T2. She just wanted to show you her endo.
Yeah, she would be like, look, I am not made of human parts.
Hey, you didn't give her
You
a
cannot destroy me.
She was trying to pull the skin off to show you that she was really a T-1000.
Should have thrown a tampon at her.
T800.
Same
The
thing.
T-1000 is the
Web.
liquid metal guy core who dies in the lava.
But maybe he was a T-1000.
Cyberdyne Systems Model 101, idiot.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Corey.
are you, a fucking nerd who goes to who reads?
No.
What's that Terminator quote?
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Fuck you, asshole. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that one
nice
more.
one too.
Fuck you, asshole. Is that when he's in the hotel room and the guy's like, when are you gonna be out of there,
It's
son?
like option.
Wait,
it's
is
like
the T800?
nice. It's like nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Wait,
Goodbye.
Is
Fuck
it
you,
the
asshole.
T-1000 or the T-100?
800.
800.
T-800?
Oh, which one's
Arnold's the T800.
No, I'm talking about the T-1000.
T1000's the liquid metal.
Yeah.
the cup.
It's a new model that has skin placed over it. They're trying a new thing.
No, that's-
The T3 has the. Wait, what is your question?
He's saying it would be the 200 because he has like flesh and
The T800 is the skin on top of the endoskeleton.
What are we talking about? Back to the
he's got what? Sorry, Sabrina. I can't.
No,
how did you get
No.
to this?
Sorry, Sabrina.
That's
continue.
okay.
We were making like
Christ.
a one-off joke.
I'm learning about Terminator.
So it's a T-800. I thought it was a T-100.
800.
Same thing.
TI-84.
The T600 was a rubber skin. It was
Calculator?
hard. It was easy to
Wait, what is
identify.
it?
The
The T-25?
The T600.
The T-600?
Yeah. They wore like
Back to the
they
dang
wore like
story.
rubber masks.
They looked shitty. And all the guys shot them on the battlefield. They lost.
They're like wax. They're like
Yeah,
wax figurines.
they were easy to spot.
Anyways, this is important. Sabrina, tell us your
Yeah.
T-1000 story.
Yeah.
Come
Okay.
on, stop
So
fucking
Crazy
being
Scissor
sidetracked.
Terminator lady is just on a
Terminator.
rampage, and like yeah, there's just blood everywhere. We saw like a beer can rolling up the hall at some point too. So like one of my friends insists she was drunk, but I've never seen anybody act like that when they're drunk. So at this point we're like, fuck this. We get off the bus and like we're not even anywhere close to our stop. We just like somehow walked past her. She didn't like lunge at us or anything, but she was like, yeah, you better leave. And we're just like, and so we get off this bus. I'm like, my hands are shaking. I was convinced that one of us was gonna get stabbed. And so like even 3 hours after we got off that bus, I was still shaking. I was so like just shell shocked.
Sabrina, you pussy.
I would have grabbed the scissors and
You
looked
would
her
have
in
been
the
pissing your
eyes.
pants too.
I know.
I would have fucking sat there like a bitch and just watched.
No,
it.
yeah.
Eyes
You're
wide.
like
just
theoretically, like people listening to this would have been like, "Oh, I would have just reached over and grabbed your
Yeah,
scissors."
theoretically,
Yeah, it's like, "Fuck
fucking
you."
Macho
Yeah,
Man
right.
Randy Savage would have fucking walked over and pile drive him in the mouth. Yeah, right. These motherfuckers would be sitting there peeing themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So screw you
I'd
guys.
walk over like Rorschach and be like, kill me!
There was that story a few years ago where a guy got beheaded on a bus before he even realized what the hell was happening. Like, it
yeah!
was so fast.
So, who fucking said that?
On the Greyhound.
There was
what?
a story. There's a, I don't where was
This
it in
happened
Canada,
in Canada
or
too!
it wasn't Canada?
fucking Canada?
Yes, somebody went fucking crazy and cut a person's head off on the bus.
Yeah, some
A
carny.
rodeo clown or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
some carny.
They ran off. Everybody ran off the bus except this person just sitting in the bus with the person's head.
Just sitting there like a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like that canary story
Oh,
where an
God.
old lady was looking around the store and a guy came out and cut off her head.
What the
What?
fuck, man?
Yeah.
You ever see that video of the old lady who got like some robber ran and stabbed her in the back of the head with a big knife, and she was like, "Oh, have a nice day." And there's like video footage of her walking, buying. She doesn't realize there's a knife in her head, so she's walking around like buying groceries, and there's like a fucking kitchen knife in the back of her head.
I vaguely remember this.
People like screaming. She's like buying, and she's like, "Oh, this is a nice apple. This pear is rotten." And she puts it back,
Did
and
you
there's a
see a
huge
video?
fucking kitchen knife in her
Did you
head.
see a video of this like crazy psycho that stabbed this guy in the ass 5 times and left?
In the ass?
What happened with
Yeah,
her?
this guy was just sitting there when he was holding his fucking kid's hand. He just comes up to him and fucking does this to his ass 5 times and leaves.
Why?
The guy's just like, the guy's
turds
like
pour
thinking-
out?
He's like trying to figure out what happened. He's like looking back and he's just like holding his. He just walked up and stabbed him in the ass.
Did they catch him?
No, he just ran off. He was
The ass
just like.
stabber got away.
He's just like that and fucking ran the other way.
What the
and the
hell?
kid like looked back to see what was going on because the guy was just like this, like grabbing his ass.
The ass stabber got away.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys about my old lady, crazy bitch?
No.
Okay, once I went on a date with a nice girl in Dublin, and we went to McDonald's and we sat down. I had a really bad day. It was the worst date ever. Anyway, we sat down at McDonald's.
What was
and this-
bad about it?
It's just a bad date. Just didn't get on.
Chris was the bad part. What? No. We can go.
The rate didn't work. Anyway, we went inside, sat down,
What?
sat down at the table. I was eating my
Ass.
I was eating fries and a burger, and then this fucking I was not eating my ass.
Your applesauce.
No.
Ass what sauce?
I like how that was you were at McDonald's. You're like, listen, I'm not doing
If
that.
you started making live leak videos, it said like rape fail in big letters.
Fuck you guys.
Okay, Chris,
Listen,
Sorry, yeah.
I was sitting at the table with the girl, and then this fucking old bitch walks in, a homeless old lady, and she's like, this is my corner. And I was just like, okay. And then I was looking up at the cash register, and the guys were just like, they saw her but ignored her. And I was like, this is weird. If she's a fucking threat, why aren't they doing anything? She was like, this yours? She pointed at my food, and I was like, yeah. She stuck her hand in it and squeezed it into
What?
like, yeah, I was like, okay. And then I was scared, so I stood up and was like, I'm getting out of here. And that's the end of that story. That's it. Nothing else happened. I can't confront. I cannot confront stuff like that. It's
No.
too scary. It's too predictable.
you're, like,
She'll stick her hand up her pussy, pull out a syringe, and like stick it in you and put AIDS in you or anything.
You know,
You just gotta like accept
it's-
it and then run after
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no, it's
fucking
that-
run away like a coward.
That whole like
don't- you
cycle
don't be a
factor.
hero.
If someone walked up to me and then they were fucking just like started doing something in
Shaving
front of me,
their
like,
hands
yeah,
at
like
your
shaving
food?
their fucking hand off with a ruby, I would just like I would
Why?
just sit there and accept it, but then I just kind of be like, all right, man.
No, you know what I would do? I would out
gonna
crazy
go.
them, Corey. It's a good idea. So, Corey, be a crazy person. I'll try to out crazy, okay? I'm sitting on the bus, right, with my big dick
Zach,
out.
I'll do it. If you,
Okay,
okay,
Chris, you do it.
Wait, do you want to do it?
I can be pretty.
I'll-
Okay, big crazy.
I'll be sitting here reading my own book. It's called,
I'd say,
yeah, I'm reading my book.
right. You want
Yeah.
to hear something crazy?
Hey, who are you, bozo? Beat off, pal.
Beat it off.
Hey, listen, dumbass,
Your book-
couldn't read. You're talking my fucking ear off, dick.
Not
Yeah.
even talking.
It's not
What?
even crazy.
Crazy Corey is quiet.
You're
Corey.
way more crazy.
Hey, fuck
Yeah.
off, pal.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here enjoying my food and you're fucking screaming at me.
Why are you doing a bus? Why are you doing a bus, you idiot?
I was expecting Corey to be like, "Ah!"
Okay, Chris, this sucks. Chris, you be crazy. I'm sitting here.
Okay, you're sitting there.
I'm on my iPhone.
What are you looking at? Playing Tetris?
Cool.com. Looking
Okay.
at my face.
I walk in. Ah, fucking nigger!
Shut up. Hey, shut up.
You little shit! What are you doing with that? Give me that!
Oh, really? Get away from you, idiot.
Oh
Okay.
my god, that
What?
reminds me
What?
of a crazy person. Me and Shad. We
Oh,
were,
yeah.
We were at Aldi's.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there talking to Shad. We were talking about potential porn we'd draw later or something. And we were laughing. And then this fucking old guy who had already bought his food. He looked like fucking Doc Brown mixed with the dude from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Larry David?
Yeah, he looked like Larry David mixed with Doc Brown. He turns around, he's like, you motherfucker, you motherfucker. And then he fucking walks away screaming, you motherfucker.
What?
And Shad was just like,
At you guys?
Shad was just like pointing, he's like, hey, and then he like looked at me and said all that, and I was like, what was that? And he's like, I don't know. Do you know him? And I'm like, no, dude. And he was outside, like fucking slamming his cart against the fucking. I was scared
Do you
to go
ever
outside.
want people to think you're a maniac just because they see like something that you do by accident in public? Like you're like, oh fuck, people think I'm a psycho. And maybe you're thinking of a grocery list, or you're talking to the grocery list and quietly under your breath, and someone sees you like, oh fucking psycho, and they go away or whatever. Let me give you an example. Like a couple weeks ago, I was. You ever see somebody, but like, but not until you're really close to, like, when you're walking with your head down, you look up and there's somebody there. You're like, ah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was walking at like 8 p.m. And I was walking up from our office to our house, and there was a black lady at nighttime. And I was not even gonna make that obvious joke where it's like, oh yeah, one of her eyes and her teeth, because I saw her body, but I didn't see her. I was walking, and I didn't see her right until I was close to her. I went, I overreacted way too much. And then I was like, oh my god, she probably thinks I'm a huge asshole and a racist. So then I just pretended to have a twitch. I kept going, I kept doing that. I did it for like a whole mile because I thought she was staring at me.
Oh
I was
my
like, oh,
God.
she probably, I'd rather be a psycho like
Zach,
than a racist. You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly like that's
Yeah.
you know when that time when you're like walking by and then someone's walking towards you and then you fucking go the exact direction they go.
Oh yeah, you step to the
I've
left, they
done
step
that
to the
like
left.
6 fucking times.
And they
I
step
walked
to the right, you step to
Dunkin's
the right,
and
they
this
step
guy
to the
had a
left, and you
coffee,
step
and
to
I
the
was
left.
like this and fucking going around him. And then afterwards I was like, like that to him. And he just looked back at me like I've done that so many times.
Yeah, people think you're a fucking maniac.
But it's like everyone, it's like you go there, everyone, it's weird because it's like you're not used to going in the opposite direction everyone else goes. When somebody comes towards
I
you,
always go by like the
when-
road system. I
but
always say to the right.
When someone comes towards you, the first fucking thing you do is always go this way. And everyone always
The
goes
left, you
this
mean.
fucking way.
Yeah, no,
So
you-
it's
yeah.
like, and then you go this way, and then they go that way.
I always go. I always
This
do it
needs a
on
video
roads.
element, I think.
It's like you go to the left, and they always go to the right.
No, I always stick on the right hand side because I thought you followed the road system, right?
Yeah.
When they walk.
I never do that because I'm a fucking crazy person.
You walk in the left, you drive in the wrong hand lane, Corey.
There's this little thing that you can do, and a lot of girls do it, I think, where you make this little, like, you point with your hands, and you kind of make this little, almost like a diving thing. Where
I
you,
can't
like,
do that.
You kind of shimmy, like, you indicate which
Guys
direction.
would get in a fist fight. That's what he did to him. If I did that, they'd hit me. I'd get punched in the fucking nose so fast by some guy with a backwards hat.
I play chicken. I play walking chicken.
What do you mean?
You just run them over.
Like, we keep if somebody's walking towards me, I just won't stop. I'm gonna make him.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make him divert.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Dominance.
Yes,
I lumber.
I'm alpha mailing him.
I lumber like someone with Down syndrome. I'm just like
Corey,
a fucking gorilla trying to find his way.
You've been acting out this entire podcast.
Corey, people are gonna hear footsteps and you getting quiet. That's all they're gonna hear.
I'm lumbering like a gorilla.
He did a gorilla.
He walked with his legs spread apart with his arms dangling.
There's something I wanted to talk about that I wrote down.
Wait, while we're on the topic of crazy old ladies, can I just ask Zach one question?
Yeah.
Do you remember Maggie Hurley?
Who?
Do you remember you visited Wexford?
Yes, I did. I visited Ireland. Yeah.
Well, do you remember when we used to walk up the street every day? We go to Tesco and there'd be a fat 400-pound old lady on the sidewalk.
You told me about it, but I only saw her once.
You saw her once.
Yeah, I saw her like rolling around, absorbing gravel and stuff.
She's a national treasure. Okay.
Okay.
She's like 500 pounds and she's 3 foot high, and she sings. I'm nobody's child every time you're in the town. She's like, I'm nobody's child, and people throw coins at her.
Really?
Yeah. And one time we had a parade, and she started walking in front of it, and everyone was like, "Yeah!" And it was the best parade ever.
I just want to tell us one last story. It's on the subject of old people. So this happened like yesterday. Now and I were walking somewhere. It was down the road, and I saw this old man.
Oh yeah, dude you fucking tackled in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I broke his head. His head turned into dust. No, but I was walking with Lyle, and this old man stuck his hand out. And he kept shaking, and I was like, he's shaking his hand. And my friend Jeff, I said, Jeff, if you see somebody doing this, what's your first instinct?
Move your head.
I don't know.
This.
I guess give him money.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, so I don't have any change, and he kept doing it. I kind of avoided him. And it turns out he was holding 2 pieces of candy. This fucking like 80-year-old man was trying to give Niall like candy, and I was like, oh, thank you, sir. He took the candy, and I was like, oh, this fucking old dude was like, this old dude was like doing this nice deed for this. My argument is this.
Realistically, what is the likeliness of some old fart handing you some fucking licorice?
Dude, but it was York mints. But here's my argument, right? This dude is like 88. He's seen 88 years of people being pieces of shit. Like, he's seen 88 years of how horrible the world could be. And for no reason, he didn't have to.
Zach,
he decided to give two young kids who could have been assholes candy.
You're playing off your ignorance. There's no fucking way.
No, the fact that he didn't say anything, he was like some incoherent old man. I was
but dude, you can't just walk up to somebody with your fucking hand out. The first thing someone thinks, the colloquial thing people think is like, oh, this guy wants money.
No, but the fact that he was giving me something, I was like, I don't have any money. You fucking get away from me.
What is the most likeliest thing, that the old man had fucking candy?
I just felt so bad though. I was like, dude, that guy did not have to do that. He could have been like, if anybody can live 88 years like that, or however old he is, and still not be a piece of shit, then
That's a situation where it's like seeing someone over the counter, right? And he's just been really shitty to you, and he's just like you're like, okay, for instance, you never look at this guy, you just see him over the counter, and he's been really slow, and you're just like, what's taking you so fucking long? It's like, I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And then he walks over the counter, and he has these little fucking wooden legs that are like fucking like breaking and shit. And you realize that you were making fun of like the fucking guy with wooden legs.
No,
but that's the same situation.
I guess my logic is like, it wasn't even the fact, it was a regular guy, like a piece of shit, but the guy is so old, he's probably has like a year left, dude.
Yeah, but you didn't know, Zach.
It doesn't, I don't know, it was one of those things.
You can't feel like shit because of something you didn't know.
I totally feel like shit.
Well, you shouldn't, because that's silly. Okay,
it's like
I've been trying to say this. This is something that's always been kind of on the back of my mind. Mm-hmm. You know how they have like Kids Bop 50, Kids Bop 58?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. What is Kids Bop?
Kids Bop, Zach knows.
Kids Bop.
Kids Bop, they basically sing pop songs, or like popular songs at the time, and they do kid lyrics. So
they change the lyrics.
Yeah, they'll do like DMX, or they'll do, like Slipknot.
They take songs that are like profusely about fucking girls and fat asses, and they change them to like eating ice cream and having cotton candy. But the thing is,
so Cole, you make up your own song, like a really dirty song, and I'll give you the Kids Bop version.
So it's like Get that ass, slap that ass.
So this would be like, get that pizza, get that pizza, pizza.
Okay.
But it's like, the thing is...
Where is this air? On the Disney Channel?
No, this is things they release for Christian wholesome families to listen to while their kids... But it's like, what if the parents were sitting there, you know...
fucked up.
Listen to Gospel John, switching through the radio stations, and then they're like, oh, I know this rhythm. And they start listening to, like fucking butts and slapping asses. And it's like... Haven't Kids Bop got sued for fucking taking lyrics and changing them by like Christian wholesome families? Because the only people who fucking buy that are those kinds of families. That Christian family that wouldn't let me watch Harry Potter. They had like fucking Kids Bop 1 through 38. Like they were long from the long haul, and they like had all the Kids Bops. From like the fucking 90s to 2000s.
I had a Christian friend go to his house. He's like, yo, I want to watch my tail and Kids Bop. Eat some carrot sticks and grape juice.
Yeah, but it's...
I was like, get the fuck away from me, you freak. I kick him in the shins.
Yeah, but it's like... It just fascinates me how they're still making fucking Kids Bop, and they're still taking pop songs, which are like, the music now is just like this droning fucking beats about
They took that one song, Fuck Me Till My Pussy Bleeds, and turned it into Give Me a Haircut, Make It Nice and Neat.
Jeff, tell us your story.
No, Jeff's story is about Silent Hill and getting like...
No. High school.
It's a different one.
It's about school.
Oh.
High school, Billy.
You can yell at me
Bad
if you want
children.
during it. Yeah, it's a story about bad children. Yeah, when I was in high school, there was this thing they used to do with kids who had in-school detention. Basically, my school district was becoming overcrowded, and they were building the middle school. So every kid went from 1st to 6th grade, and then 7th to 12th in the high school.
Really?
Holy shit.
Before the middle school.
Weird.
Once the middle school was built, they cut out 6th through 8th. And
Yeah,
then
that's
they
how
went
it's supposed to be.
the
That's how it usually is.
But before that, basically, just to tell you a little bit, like, backtrack. Yeah, I went to 6th grade. I went to 7th for the high school. Then I went back to 8th for the middle school, because it was finished, finally. And then I went back to high school for 9th.
It's very bizarre.
It was bizarre. Yeah. But anyway, the point being, when I got there in 7th grade, the high school was very overcrowded. It was 7th through 12th. There was no spare room for anybody. So when all these delinquents in my area misbehaved and they wanted to give these kids in-school detention, they're like, what the fuck do we do with these little assholes? We can't... Typically, you'd stick them in like a spare classroom.
Yeah.
But there were none. So their solution... This is what they did. This is like the first day. This is like the first day of school. They take us out back behind the high school, and they're like, "Now, children, if you're gonna misbehave, this is where you're gonna go." And they walk us over, and there's this blood red school bus up on cinder blocks, right? It's like a bus, but it's painted like it's like rusty blood red. There's not a spot of yellow on it. It's like a bus from like the '60s. Jesus. It's up on these cinder blocks. And all the windows are whitewashed out. You can't see in or out of the bus.
Are you fucking serious?
And then like they're like, go on, check it out. And they send us up the stairs into this fucking bus, and all the seats were ripped out, and they put in all these shitty little desks from like I swear, the decor of the inside of this bus hasn't changed since like the fucking 70s or whatever. And this is where all these kids go when they misbehave. They have to sit in this fucking bus all day. And they can't look out the windows. It's like light can get into the whitewashing.
It's like fucking prison, dude.
That's like something you'd see in, you know that movie Matilda, or like
yeah.
No,
it's creepy.
eerie.
It's creepy as fuck. I want to like illustrate a children's book based on this or something, but it was just the creepiest fucking thing. But then the next year when the middle school was finished, they sent the bus off to the junkyard. But I think it was there for a long time.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you my story. Okay, so we used to have a clubhouse when we lived in the woods with my sister, and I built it up like
Wait, you lived in the woods?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That sounds about right. What?
We lived on.
You lived in the fucking trees,
It
Corey?
was like the woods / like a field, like 15 acres. So there's like a wood area and a fucking like.
You
land
lived in the
with,
woods, or you lived in a house, a regular house within the
It
woods?
was like, here's a house, and here's like a long trail up to the woods, and then there used to be this woodland area where there was like this like old barn,
right,
which me and my sister like fixed up, and we made into our clubhouse. And then one day, like my dad was really mad at us one day. I guess because we didn't spend enough attention with us because we were hanging out in the clubhouse. He fucking went to the clubhouse and burned it down.
What?
When we were asleep.
What the fuck?
Inside the clubhouse?
He burned it. Like, he just went in there and fucking put all the oil around and burned it down.
You say while you were asleep in the clubhouse or while you were asleep at the house?
In the house.
Oh.
Obviously,
He was so jealous.
Yeah. I told you he was crazy. You would never remember that. I'm like, Dad, you remember when he burned down our clubhouse? He'd be like, I never fucking did anything like that. You're crazy.
I'm trying to think the craziest thing my dad ever did. I don't think it was anything that crazy.
Did he ever try to kiss you? You didn't want it?
No.
What would you have done,
No,
Jeff?
he never did that. No, nothing.
What would you do? He's like, listen,
Nothing gay.
Jeff, what if when you're like 12 or 13, he's like, listen, Jeff, you know, you're getting up there in age and you're going to meet a girl eventually. I just want you to be a good kisser by the time you get with a girl. So let's practice kissing. It won't be gay, it won't be sexual. I just want to practice kissing you.
My dad had too much fun scaring the shit out of me, basically.
Yeah, well, that's pretty scary.
Intimidating me.
My dad used to have this plastic skeleton, which he called Old Boney, and he used to like fucking talk about how Old Boney, it was like one of those like things that you see at like high school skeleton thing.
What, was it a real skeleton or you sure
No,
it
it
was
was
plastic?
fake. It was a fake yellow like plastic fucking like presenting skeleton that you show kids at science class and stuff.
Did he teach you the birds and the bees with Old Boney?
No. He used to be
Old
like
Boney's gonna teach you to
he
bone.
told me that Old Boney used to be real, but he was like an escaped convict, so his like spirit still haunts the skeleton. He used to tell me that and fucking scare the shit out of my sister because
scary.
one night he had the skeleton on like a fucking like one of those like things they hang on and shit, and he stuck like little metal rods through his fucking hand, and the skeleton, he made the skeleton come in doing this shit like on a fucking like roller thing.
Walking like Frankenstein. Okay.
No, it was like on a roller. He just had the fucking hands like this, and he was just like like that over the bed. One night, like he used to do that kind of shit. Is that what your dad did?
My dad told
Like that kind of
my dad told my
torment?
little cousins who were like 7 or 6, they were girls. He told them Santa Claus was shot down by a bazooka. The military saw him and shot him down, and they fucking cried. This was like on Christmas. This was on Christmas, dude. I don't know why I did that. I thought it was hilarious though.
My dad left me home one day alone, and he came back and he started to pretend like he was trying to break into the house. So he started banging on the door and shaking it, and like for like 10 minutes, like I almost was ready to go grab his gun. I don't know.
Holy shit!
What if you did?
What?
What if you did?
Shot through the door.
He never really. I would have been guessing how to use it because he never really taught me how to use his shotgun that well. But yeah, it was. I was frozen like a deer. I didn't know what the fuck to do.
You get up the shotgun, you fucking blow your head off. He's like, I got you. Opens the door.
Could have done that.
That's a big gamble for a little giggle and gaggle.
He was a funny one.
That's what I'm telling you. Your dads don't care. They tell you spooky stories.
Dads don't care?
Then they fucking like come in with a scary skeleton sticking his hand out when you're trying to sleep in a big room, and then you tell your dad yesterday what happened, and he's just like, that never happened. That never happened. Like smiling, and you're just like, why are you fucking?
Jeff, were you done your story with about your dad?
Oh yeah, I don't know, but that doesn't end the story of what. Yeah, basically, yeah. And then he finally came in. He's like, funny, and
Oh my god.
like, yeah, that was hilarious.
Somebody
got me.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Somebody did that to me once, and it was when I was living with my boyfriend at the time, and basically his mom was downstairs or something trying to scare off like coyotes in the backyard. Mm-hmm. So she was like, she had a bat in her hands, but she was hitting like the door frame or something to make noise and scare him away. Mm-hmm. But to us, it sounded like somebody was smashing down the door. And so instantly, like you're completely asleep. You're like an REM, like you're completely out of it when you wake up. But you're like instantly freaking out because there's this loud noise.
It's a horrible feeling to wake up out of fear.
Yeah, like fear instantly when you wake up, right? So you're like, holy shit, what's going on? And you like try and assess the situation, but like you have no idea. And there's loud noises. It sounds like they might already be inside, kind of thing, if they're like trying to break in. And so my boyfriend at the time, instead of like
being brave, heroic,
shoves me aside and hides in the closet.
Really?
Yeah, and just leaves me in the hallway.
Room for one.
And I'm like,
room for one, yeah.
Seems like every person alive should be put through a test like this to see what their true colors are.
Yeah. Long story short, we are no longer dating.
Have you ever had a situation where, I don't know if this has happened to anyone, but you can't really explain it, but you swear to fuck you heard it. Like you swear you heard it. Like you're kind of sitting there. You're either really tired or you're just sort of dozing off. You don't want to fall asleep, but you know you're gonna fall asleep. So you're like watching TV or something, and it's really quiet, and you just like rest your head down, and your eyes are closed and everything, and you're not thinking. And then I swear, like you suddenly hear something say like, hey Corey, or hey wake up, just real quick. Just you swear you hear
Corey,
someone say.
you have schizophrenia, Corey, you're dying.
No, it
brain.
sounds fucking crazy, but like it happened at the office a few times. Like I was sitting on the couch, just sitting there, and I swear to God, I was like dozing off, and someone was like, "Hey, wake up!" And I was just like, I was up, like I was just like, okay, I can't go to sleep now because I was just terrified.
I fell asleep.
I can't explain it, but I swear to God, it sounds like someone just says it, and instantly you're.
I think I have that a couple times. One time I was sleeping on this couch, and Chris, Niall, and my girlfriend were playing. What's that game called? PT. Whatever. I was sleeping though. I was sound asleep. I was totally fine. But I guess the for those who don't know, it's like a game on what is it, PS3, 4? Yeah, it's like a spooky game where you walk through a hallway. It's the new Silent Hill demo. But I was sound asleep. I was dreaming of daisies, and they all the character jumped out on the screen, and they all screamed at once, all four of them in unison. And like I didn't just wake up, I had adrenaline. It was like the weirdest thing. I felt like it was adrenaline shot to my fucking toes. It was the weirdest thing ever.
That's what happened to me. I swear to God, it's like it would be like if a sound, was just like,
yeah,
and then it just stops.
It's like a movie.
That's exactly what it was like. It was like, hey, wake up. And then you're just awake. And
Corey,
you're just like,
your fucking room used to do that shit to me all the time. You know what? You had that glass in your ceiling. It would fucking fall down and smash on the floor in the middle of the night. What? I think people are throwing bricks through your window. I'd fucking scream, sit up in my bed, run out over to Zach, see what the fuck's going on. I'd be like, what the fuck's going on? And then I scared Zach by doing that, and he'd wake up and be like,
scared me because it's like, somebody's like, Mom! You're like, what the fuck? That's not even wake somebody up. It's like, you're especially if have you ever woke up from like a dream after like a regular good sleep, and you wake up from a dream, you still feel like you're dreaming for like a good 20 minutes afterwards, you feel like you're in that weird state of mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, you're like, like if you have like a dream that, even especially it happens if you have a dream that relates to the house you were in. So it's like if you had a dream that took place in your living room, you kind of feel weird when you walk downstairs to the living room or whatever.
Dude, I hated that room.
Yeah. So it's like stuff that. So Chris walked in going, Zach, there's someone smashing. I was like, what are you? I was still trying to like process. I wasn't dreaming anymore. He's screaming. So yeah.
It's also like that time I woke up with the fucking siren and the train at the same time.
What?
Did I ever tell you that?
Oh yeah, no, yes, tell what happened.
Did I already tell that in the podcast?
I don't tell it again if you did. Fuck people if they already heard it. Go cry, you
she didn't hear
bitch.
it. Basically, I was in bed, and you know where we live next to the train station at the old house. Mm-hmm. So in the morning, every fucking hour, I go. One day I left my window open, and we also live next to the fire station. So every like few days we go.
The nuclear siren, like a tornado siren.
And the night before, I watched the fucking Nuke movie with Zach.
Which was it?
It was the one with the fucking scary imagery.
Oh, the day after?
Yeah.
That's a good movie, by the way.
But fucking, in the morning, it was just like, and I was just like, fucking scared the shit out of me. Fuck you.
That was
the crazy scissor lady. Join us next time on SleepyCast. I have to go to the doctor. My piss looks like guacamole for some reason. Goodbye.